Hey, what's up? 6.5 here, and today we're going to be looking at the Nuro X Rack. It is a channel strip that I really like. They would have given us the X Vox, which is my favorite go to for processing vocals. Now they have a channel strip, and it's more of a color something to me. Let me see. I just want to get straight in just to show you what's going on. All right, so you want to mix a kick. You got some, like, this is the starting point that you will use for a kick, right? Right. So before we get into the real nitty gritty of it, if this is if this has or if this would add any value to your mixing journey and you want to see more content like this, you can click the subscribe down below, and if you like the content, sorry, you can click the like button, and if you do not like it, you can click the unlike button. If you have a positive comment, you can a positive comment, a negative comment, a critical comment, a comment of your own personal workflow you want to share. You know what to do. Write it in the comments. And if you have any need for any mixing services, mastering services, or singers or whatever, if you want a song written, check the links down below and you can get a hold of them. And the whole aim is just to help people who are into music get to their goals faster, more effectively, more conveniently, you know. So anyhow, moving on. Like I was saying, this is the S-Rap Pro. No, let's go through some of the functions. Okay, so we got first off this right here. So they are the saturation modules, sorry. Right. So what they basically do, they are emulations of some classic boards. The N strip, I mean, I could say probably is from the Neve. The A strip, the American strip is what? I'm just guessing. But anyhow, these are the different modules that they have. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Anyhow, and then they have the two tape, the cassette, the bus saturation, sorry, and the drive. Yeah, I think that's about it. Then there's the dynamic section. This handles all your transit information and the compression, the glue, satin, no, opto, vintage compression, fat compression, field effect transistors. I think that's what it's called. I'm thinking this is solid state. I could be wrong. And yeah, so you could turn up or down, like one, two. They all have where you can, I won't say gain stage, but you could set the volume of where you. Let me turn on the. All right, you can trim. All right, so this is where you can get the tooltips. If you don't know what is going on, so right, so this is saturation trim. You can adjust the gain of the module. This is where you can adjust the gain of the module. Well, this particular module, same thing goes for here. This is the EQ section here. This is where you set the tone. Right, these are what you call like different styles of EQ. I'm believing that this is probably the Pultec curves. I could be wrong. With my little testing and stuff. The curves were very smooth and very particular in how they would have done things. I'd have the warm tone, the blue tone, tube. Very familiar with the tube. And this is all for the color and tone. The clarity, if you don't want all the coloration. Clean, same thing. Present, warm, and you can see actually they are as I press these, they are adjusting to suit the particular. I'm assuming the particular different types of EQ curves that they will have. You know, in existence. That sort of way. Then there is the modulate, or you can solo each if you want to hear them individually, right? The modulation, turn on the power. All right. Oh, because I have this in solo, good. Turn on the power. You have the chorus. These are pretty basic. The chorus, the doubler, the thickness, the phaser, make it sound old timeish, retro. Right back to that. And then so bam, like a maximizer, and again color. Got the tight color, open, crush, OTT. This is very popular in well, it has the OTT from Xfer, and then Ableton has one. So I think this is the other one right here. Then there's another one that is similar to it, but I can't remember what it's called. But this is like a very rare occurrence in of channel strip. You have a multi-band compressor per se, OTT style. Again, you have the trim knob, and you can solo it that sort of way. And then the rate will come down now. These are the different. Let me get this out to the road. Right. These are the different modules that you have according bam. Like for instance, right, this is the multi-band amount, basically the wet knob, you can say, the processing. This is the maximizer amount. Sort of like if you carry it right up, it's sort of like the limiter. So you could control how much it's gonna maximize and limit per se. It doesn't really say. I think maximizers are almost the same as limiters, but they're pretty different. Then there is the clipper. If you don't want anything to clip, let me turn this off. If you don't want anything to clip, there's the soft clip and the hard clip. That's the circuit, whereas it cuts off the signal as it hits above the set threshold, which would be 0 because you don't want it to clip. In the digital domain and in the analog domain, just so it will give a sort of snappy feel. The soft clip wouldn't do that, but the hard clip, it could just bram, right? Illustration. And then right, so this is a module here for this particular section here. The amount of modulation that you will want, the amount of drift right here, as you can see, or what you want, how fast the I don't want to say the LFO, but the wave frequency frequency. I wanted to explain it in a way that you could understand, but how fast, I would call it the oscillation will go, even though it's not particularly an oscillator. So basically, you will have a fast chorus. You know what? I should put some audio on it and show you that sort of way. You know what? That is what I'll do. Right. Okay. So here's the module here in action. It's better to show than tell. Play. Okay, play.
Stand my ground, I'll take a bow.
Watch this.
If the earth stands still, won't put me in my place.
The rate, the speed of the rate. That's what it is. And then this now is a modulation depth, right? Play.
Stand my ground, I'll take a bow. If the earth stands still, won't put me in my place. Did you really think I'd change up?
It's in demo, so it's gonna cut out like for 5 seconds every minute or so.
I'll take a bow. If the earth stands still, won't put me in my
you can hear
place. Did you really think I'd change up pace?
Drive the drift, right?
Or change this place?
There you go.
I stand my ground, I'll take a bow. If the earth stands
see how it
still,
sounds?
won't put.
It sounds detuned. Yeah, so all of this is part of it. So if you want a special effect, see on a backup vocal or vocal you want to put on effects, or I don't know if you want to put like a light effect on your guitar, yeah, you can use that. If I double click, what happens? You know what I would like, what I really like? You double clicking and it goes right back to default. That's nice. Let's see, click. Click, click. Okay, let's click, click. Okay, good. I like that. Very thoughtful of the plugin makers. Right, so this section right here is for the EQ, which is pretty simple. You have the sub frequencies, you have the low, and it's not it's not a tight parametric EQ where you can carry this all over the place. It has a specific section because it has a specific function. And that's sort of way. Then there's the high pass, low pass, and high pass. You know, up to now, I really have trouble high pass and low pass. I know that the high pass lets the high pass and the low pass lets the low frequencies pass. But this is, and then you bring it back in. I mean, I'm only human. I'm only human. But I understand the functions and everything. Right. The ear. This has beautiful ear. As you can see, it lights up. Let me play.
Stand my ground, I'll take a bow.
Hear it?
The earth stands still, it won't put me in my
Then the
place.
filter.
Did you really think a change of pace would change this face or change this place?
Right.
I stand my ground, I'll take a bow. Stand still, it won't put me in my place.
Okay, turn
Did
it
you
off.
really think a change of pace would change this face?
It's not loud
or
enough.
change this place?
It's not loud enough to see if it clips. You know what? Let's see. Play. I'm
Stand my ground,
experimenting.
I'll take a bow. If the earth stands still, it won't put me in my place.
But I won't go
Did you
do
really
now.
think a change of pace would
Hard
change
clip.
this face or
Check.
change this place?
And it's gonna clip. Guaranteed, it's gonna clip.
Earth stands still, it won't put me in
This is a
my
clipper.
place. Did you really think a change?
Because it's a clipper, but it's different than a limiter. I'm thinking that this really is a console that, or a strip that adds the color, that brings color and life. Because there's a lot of saturation, a lot of dynamic EQ in the OTT. You know, it is not a dry. It's not a dry channel strip, and that's what I'm liking about it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let me see. Then it's the compression, the amount of compression applied. Click the amount of color the compression gives. Transient, you could work on your transient, and this is work on the shape of the transients. You have the side chain. You can do an external side chain with this, which is really good. And right, and then this is the amount of saturation for this particular. So it's like dry wet knob for the saturation that it's going to get, and that's pretty much the functionalities of this particular plugin. All right, so you have the different presets, the starting points. If you don't know anything about stuff, check with the presets and go with the starting points. I would advise anybody to do that. Okay, vocal bus enhancer. This is not the vocal bus. The vocal bus will have a good set of different copies or different takes of vocals, and then you will send it to a bus. That's a different story for a different day. But anyhow, let's see how it sounds just for our reference sake. Play.
Stand my ground, I'll take a bow. If the earth stands still, it won't put me in my
Okay, the demo's kicked in.
this face or change this place.
All right, see how it's crushed? Go.
I stand my ground, I'll take a bow. If the earth stands still, it won't put me in my place. Did you really think a change of pace would change this face or change this place?
See, these are the presets, and right, you could fiddle around with them and pick a starting point that you like. Right? Okay, I think at the end of the day, this is what it does. And if you want it, in my opinion, if you want it to color your stuff, this is it. If you want something nice and fat, this is it. If you want something surgical, get surgical and traditional, get the SSL, you know, excuse me, you know, you get any of those, but this I believe is for mainly color to bring out the best, or bring out that zest, I should say, for your particular instruments when you're mixing. Let's see. Then you can use it. You can use it as your channel strip for the mix bus, if you want. As you can see, the mix bus settings here, right? So you can mix. I mean, it has everything for everything. You can mix your drums, you can mix your kicks, snares, percussions, bass, subs, acoustic guitar, keys, synth, vocals, instruments. You can fool around with being creative with the effects, tape styles. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So yeah, it's pretty decent. And in the pro version, you can use these come separately. You can use them separately. So if you just want to use the city dynamics or the tone separately, they come separately. So yeah, so it's pretty good, pretty good. All right, well, what we did, we tested vocals. I'm gonna put in a couple other things, and we will test out the presets and see what is happening, so that you can make a very informed decision if you will want to buy something like this. Okay, so I have some different tracks here. So we're gonna do the kick now. You would have heard the vocal. Let's do the kick now. Can X this out. Have one on each track. Like I said, it's in the demo mode. And right, I would have just drag and drop. Reaper is so easy and so convenient. Okay, so where I would have just drag and drop, and they would have put in the same settings, or copy the same settings as track one, which is very convenient. Yeah, but this isn't a Reaper feature show. So let's go for the kick now. Kick drums. That sounds nice. All right, good. Now let's go for, I think this is the snare. Okay, it's a show and tell. All right, so solo this now. Solo that. And press play. All right, we're gonna go for the bass now. Okay, let's see. Alright, so those are the bass. If you have on your headphones, I think you could have heard it properly. If you just use them with the phone, just get a pair of headphones. I should have warned you earlier. I know the guitar. I didn't gain stage anything, so I think this is going to be, well, it's not going to be loud now. I'm going to lure it down. I'm going to lure it down. Good, bomb, play. And yeah, that's basically it. But these are the instruments that would have been included in the track. But if you need any more convincing, I suggest that you try out the plugin for yourself and make your informed decision if it will be a useful tool in your VST cabinet, your VST toolbox. It's pretty good, pretty good. To me, the presets are great starting points, and it will get me going on a mix just like that. And since you already know it seems as it does the compression for you, it does the saturation for you in a way as it presents the different modules. The EQ, well, you will have to do the EQ on your own, and the modulation, it does that for you per se. It's not an automatic tool, but it has the basics that are already there that are needed. So yeah, I believe that is a good tool to have. You can start off with your cleaning, clean the stuff first, make sure that there's no resonances or anything like that there in the track, and then you could put this on for spice after you clean up, take off your low end, your high end or stuff. Even though this can do it as well, for me, I just suggest that you clean it before, take out the pops and stuff, and then put on the sauce. Right? But yeah, it's a pretty good plugin. I like it. I will be using it. And yeah. Anyhow, I hope that this helped you. And till the next video, 6.5 out.